Let's make it proper. I'll be right back. Huh?
Oh yeah.
That's how we started a podcast channel. And this is how we started.
I knew you were gonna go for Monster. I was thinking, hang on a second, something is weird. We're not getting the most of the day.
Today's gonna be a good day. It's 10 past 1 on the 7th of April, the first podcast we're ever gonna record and share. Doesn't matter how it's gonna turn out, right?
It's not about being perfect, it's about being consistent.
Yes, we do not chase perfection. We're just accountable.
Oh!
Synchronization! That's how we start a podcast. Cheers!
Cheers.
There's a thing with Monsters and me, I can just drink the whole thing in one go. Whereas Johnny takes his time, sweet time, enjoying it. And see, Monster's gonna sponsor the channel as well. Monster, more like Gorilla Mind with their new energy drink. Woo! Yeah, but we're waiting for them to come in the UK. Who's gonna start now introducing the podcast? What's the vision of the podcast, guys? I'll start. The vision is to share our journey, to share our experiences and our takes on the world, our perspectives, and obviously some of the listeners and the viewers can take from this information. They can build their own perspectives and potentially change their lives to the better. The whole purpose of this channel is just to keep working towards the good life, the better life, improving your situation. If you don't like something, then change it, make it better for you, and also have a better impact on the world. So we're taking our ideas and we're sharing them with you, so you can take them, you can share them with someone else, or implement them yourselves. That's the vision of the podcast. And we want to hear your opinion as well, because your opinion can be better than ours, so we want to learn from you as well. And that's the whole purpose of this channel, is to build a community on the side, have people chat, have people share their stories, and have people just know that there's someone to support them, there's someone to listen to their voice, even though it's through text. Yes.
Or a video.
Or a video, yeah, that's right.
So the whole purpose of the podcast is actually to help people find people like you, me, both of these twins, these gorgeous beasts, and just have a healthy environment, which is always helping you to grow, develop yourself, and just get better by day.
Yeah, day by day. So let's get started. What's the first topic of the day? What are we opening with? What's the opener? How are we gonna spread them?
Yeah, we don't have any Q&A yet. This is our first podcast. Our first podcast is not about having a theme or something. It's just get it done and adjust.
I think what we can do is start off with kind of like introduction of what we stand for and what we're doing right now and what we've done so far. So my twin and I, Vladi and Marty, Lazarev Twins, this is our YouTube channel right here, shameless plug. We have started our fitness journey from 8 years ago. Training together every single day, being not completely, but very consistent with our diet, with our training, mainly with the training. And now we finally have got to the point where we want to compete, we want to get a pro card for natural bodybuilding, and this year we have a few shows that we've signed up, 3 in mind, and 4th one is going to be a qualifier. So if you do qualify quite well, we will participate in that one. That's who we are. We stand for fitness, nutrition, self-development, self-care, and love. That's basically what it is. You just want to share the love and help other people get into fitness and improve their life. That's what we stand for. Johnny, what do you stand for?
I stand mainly for brotherhood, helping others, growing within yourself spiritually, outside your world, relationship, friendship, family, values, and values as a man in general.
Yes.
So all 3 of us are gonna go on a path which is mainly new for us, but it's gonna help us grow more and more from here.
So like you see, there's a mutual points here that we like. Vadi, what's your one? Well, I can say that about our story, how we met with Johnny. It was a very random way we met. It was actually through work, which honestly that work is not suitable for me and Marty. We just had to do it temporarily, and
Especially
we found our sensei for the job. He taught us everything on the job, through practical everyday work, and then just working outside. It was a laborish work. We just started talking, and we noticed that there's a lot of common points that we've shared. He has a lot more experience than us. He's 28? 29 years old now.
30 years, gonna be
close
this
to
year.
30 years old. So he definitely has a lot more experience than us, and we are very open to communicate with everyone about their personal life, about what they've learned, what they have experienced, and we just want to learn from them. And it turns out that Johnny has a lot to learn from us as well, so it was a very mutual, beneficial relationship we have. He learned from us about training, about sleeping, about taking care of his health, and we learned a lot about dedication to work. We learned a lot about the capability of just setting goals and achieving those goals, and being very strict with your work ethic. And that's something that we just completed each other, and now we have a really, really good relationship. Living together, going to the gym together, and not working together, but working on our mental state and mental health together.
And building a brotherhood. The two key things that I learned from working with Johnny was giving your best effort despite the results.
Despite the results.
Because I was failing a lot. And he was my sensei. The second one was patience. Being patient on the situation, whatever the circumstances, the conditions you have to observe it on the side and just completely detach from the situation. Otherwise, you get winded up, you get disappointed, you get so many negative things that just are not beneficial for your goal, but they do help you grow. So the hardships are never ending, and you have to only learn from them. These are the two key things I learned from our sensei here, Johnny.
Yeah, so basically we're getting back to the meme, which is gonna be popping out here. Just do it. That's it.
Just do it, yes. That's mainly it. So I wanted to go back now to the points. I think I gave my two beautiful brothers here a task before the show to write down 5 key authors that they like to listen to. And now if you can pull them up and share them, I'll pull my own up and see what we like. Because the key inspiration that kind of built this podcast now was Dan Cope, and that's how he started off. When you want to build something new, you want to think of the 5 people that you learn from, and soon that we might become one of these people for you, for the listener. So for us, these 5 people have been very influential, very impactful on the way that we think, our thoughts, our systems of belief, all these things. So key authors, books, and information that we learn on a daily basis. Vlad, you will share now your top 5.
My top 5, the first one on the top right now is Alex Hormozi. Most of you watching this channel must have seen at least 1 or 2 of his reels. If you don't know him by his name, you definitely know him by his looks. He's a massive, really big guy, big beard. He doesn't care how he looks. Big biceps, big calves. Generally, he is one of my biggest motivators right now, because he has grown in the fitness industry for more than 20 years, I believe now. He's seen great success, he's seen great failures. He's gone to the rock bottom, more than 5 times down his storyline. And I've listened to his story probably like 20-30 times, and I get really motivated every time I listen to that. And he's literally the one that I resonate with the most. We have the idea of building our own gym with Marty. We have the idea of launching our supplement company down the line, and those are things that he has done before. But we want to also first optimize our online income, which is our online business, and that's what has made Alex Hormozi the most amount of money and the most amount of success. So we're trying to take that right approach that he has made mistakes of. So right now, digital world is where the power is, so that's why we want to do it there, and then afterwards have the freedom to go into the
more of the physical world, having and owning a gym, but not being pressured by having to pay rent and having no clients, because we do want to have an audience before we start a physical business. So that's my first one. Second one is the most famous 22, 23-year-old Iman Gaji. I use him as
doesn't like
a
him, man?
motivator. All of us know him on this table, and I'm pretty sure you know him as well. This guy is absolutely phenomenal. We live in London. He has grown up in London through the harsh streets of London. That's a package. That's a package. Go grab it, buddy. We saw the Royal Mail outside, but I think maybe we can just keep it a little bit shorter on the points that Vlad's gonna cover.
Yeah.
And we can cover obviously about the people that we like to listen to.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of our brothers is not on the table, but we can still continue the podcast. This is how it happens.
You as a twin should know what he was meant to say.
What he was meant to say. Finish off his sentence.
Yeah.
I can't. Just get.
Cheers.
Buddy, come help me, brother. What were you gonna say? I have to. Oh. This is my new instrument. I'm gonna play some music. Let's see what's inside.
What
You
should I
continue your stuff about Iman. I was talking to
keep it shorter, yes.
to Johnny if you can keep them.
Oh,
Alice Cremosi is the one that I resonate the most. That's why I was talking so much about him. Iman Gaji, young, very successful, again, online business creator. And then I have a bit more specific ones like Naval. Pretty sure you've heard him. He talks a lot about just building a very wealthy mindset. And I have Dan Cole, which is Marty's favorite at the moment. So he's going to introduce him. And then there's more specific ones for the market. Let's say, wait for this motor to pass by. Yeah. That's just the reality of where we are right now.
Yeah.
And then I have Invest Answers. I'm not too sure what his name is, but he is really good about the crypto market. Very goes into a lot of details about the macroeconomics of cryptocurrencies. Then I have Trader Nick. He is more about the stock market. And Meet Kevin, who is also again for stock market and property in the world.
Even I am aware of Meet Kevin. He's amazing.
And then I utilize platforms such as YouTube and Twitter to get my main sources of information. I don't generally use Instagram so much, and I don't use platforms such as TikTok and Facebook. Yeah, so when I
Who's using Facebook?
yeah, so when I consume
Old
content,
ladies.
I try the content to be as informative as possible and to give me some insight for my days ahead, let's say to the market, or what the opportunities are for me to make money, or what the trends are where we can capitalize on, instead of just wasting my time watching some TikToks. So from what I heard from Vadi, business, cryptocurrency markets, financial markets. Yes. You can put it in that one bracket. Self-development. What else? Productivity. And real estate. I found myself to be productive when I need to. I know how to work myself for productivity, so I don't really need to watch too much about productivity.
So you have a system that works for you?
Yeah,
Nice.
in my head. In the future videos, we'll hopefully hear that as well.
Yeah, we'll
Johnny.
cover the topic.
Your turn.
Right. I actually wanted to say a lot and add a lot of people and characters out there who are still helping and newbies who are showing great results. But I know one thing: you always start from the basics.
Yeah.
And I will just say that there's been a few people who impacted my life the most, and I will say that first one in line is going to be always Brian Tracy. Oh, everyone knows Brian
Eat
Tracy.
the frog.
Yes, Eat the Frog. He's the one who actually made me or helped me build the mindset of always growing. Time management, project management skills, always work more, set the goals straight, follow the dream. Just the basics, but these are the fundamentals which always help you to start with. The second one is gonna be Dale Carnegie. We all know communication is key.
Influence.
Influencing people around us, helping them discover themselves. It's also helping us discover ourselves through the communication within the family, friends, co-workers, and anyone else into day-to-day life.
Yeah.
The third one is gonna be Grant Cardone. Everyone knows about him. He's a businessman, and he started from dirt. Literally, he was a drug addict, living mostly jumping from a friend to friend, until he met his wife and current wife, Elena Cardone. They've been through hell. You can't say that they've been having only ups. There were downs as well. They were having business partners which would let them down. Mainly why I say Grant Cardone is not because of the businessman, but because of a father he is for their two daughters.
Mm-hmm.
He is a good example out there of a man, the alpha man, who does everything to grow the empire for his future family and to leave a fortune behind him.
Yeah.
Which is, I think, is one of the most important things for a man nowadays.
Yeah.
You need to learn how to be a man, and he's one of the biggest examples for me.
I'm not gonna lie, I was also very, very, very obsessed with Grant Cardone. I've watched everything about Grant Cardone, especially when he was like booming 2 years ago. So I watched it.
And I didn't really want to add him, but I will. Next one is gonna be David Goggins. He is a new on the market. He is a new guy on the market, but the mindset of never giving up, and it's not only about giving up, it's about to take control over all your emotions and over your brain and your body. This is the key again. There's a lot of people out there who say I'm depressed or whatever current state they are in, but I've been there as well. 1 year ago I started completely broken before I met the guys. Obviously you need to get knocked down before you're gonna want to get up again. So obviously he is one of the person who actually helped me with this. Mindset and mind power is very important. Whenever you don't want to get to do something, or you feel uncomfortable, or your brain tells you that's not for you, this is not what we want, just kick it back and say I'm still gonna do it. There is only one way to find out. Just do it.
Awesome.
Yes. And the last one, I was actually competing between Tony Robinson and Gary Vee. Obviously, everyone knows Tony Robinson already.
Yeah.
But I will say Gary Vee is really inspiring to me because mainly supporting others. Everyone sees nowadays young entrepreneurs being successful, like Iman Gadzhi and a lot of others, and we don't understand one thing. Even entrepreneurs are talking about luck. There is luck. There is being at the right time, in the right moment. Like, you need to be there. There is a little bit of luck, a lot of effort, and a lot of consistency. However, Gary Vee is one of the persons who showed that it doesn't matter what age you start at, it does matter how you start, and that you are actually doing something on a constant basis, being consistent. The most important thing what he says is post. That's what we're gonna do with this podcast as well. We talked about this podcast 1 year ago, and we were just talking how we're gonna do it.
Yeah.
We're gonna start it. Yeah. We're gonna be talking nutrition. We're gonna be talking business insights, and now we're here. So, yeah, Gary Vee is gonna be the last one on my list. The list was going long, but I had to get the basics
Right.
in, the ones which actually help,
Yeah.
and these are my ones.
Now, when Johnny said all these good authors, I'm not gonna lie, the first book that actually transitioned our mindset was Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. That book, I listened to it twice, and I'll still listen to it to this day, because there's plenty of examples, there's plenty of points that you just can live by, and you're gonna grow and get rich. But not rich with money, you get rich in life, which is a very big,
Rich in
Deep.
character.
deep topic.
Rich in identity. Once you have that, nothing can literally hurt you, as David Goggins. So there was a funny story about this. I'm gonna sidetrack a bit there. We were in the fields, me and Vladi, in the crops, literally digging, taking all of the crops, and it was a sunny summer day. The wind was breezing. It was nice and a little bit chilly, but also scorching hot. It's like a proper 35 degrees Celsius.
Shirts off.
Shirts off. We were like 16, just listening all day in our earphones. Think and Grow Rich was like a 10-hour book.
Yeah.
So
even more.
we were there for 5 days. We
Yeah.
listened to it for 5 days straight. It literally helped us build this identity around thinking and having control over your thoughts.
Yes.
So I can share my one now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
So right now the biggest impact and why actually, as I said earlier, I decided to start this podcast was Danko. This person has literally helped me tremendously. In the last 2 weeks I listened to him for 7 hours straight. Part-time work, I had the opportunity to listen to some music whilst I'm working. It's like, nope, no music, I'm gonna listen to podcasts. Opened him up, and every single podcast I listen to, it just speaks to my soul. He's the person that whenever he says something, it just directly hits me, and I remember it. And also, with my memory, I've noticed that the more I listen to it and the more I repeat it every single day, it's kind of like becoming an affirmation. And I learned that with affirmations, you have to repeat them daily so they can become your system of belief. And once it's something that serves you and it helps you, and not only you but people around you, that's when you know that you're on the right track and your passion is starting to light up and help other people around you. And I've noticed that in the past 2 weeks. So Danko has changed my life in literally just 2 weeks, because my thoughts have changed my behaviors, and then my behavior has changed my feelings. And these three things are always like an endless, like how you feel, how you think, and then how you behave.
Circle of life.
The circle of life. And the next guy is more of a book actually. It's Atomic Habits. That book, literally, I engraved every single effort and an ounce of my thinking just to dissect it and understand what the book is about. And it's about the 1% gain every day, about the building your identity, then building your actions, and then getting the results that you want. That's everything that starts from your identity. If you don't perceive yourself as a person who's going to be achievable, like successful, building a business or a family or connections, then you just won't be that guy. You're an entrepreneur. You're not an entrepreneur. And I used to be an entrepreneur, because as Johnny said, we wanted to make this podcast. We never did it. 1 year passed by. So 1 year's gonna pass by anyway.
Yeah.
But it's about the accountability of coming in every single Sunday and just recording for 30 minutes, 1 hour, speaking about our lessons. And that's what's happened to me the past few weeks. I just proper zoned in. I was obsessed with my development, with my identity, and I developed to the point where I actually would make a very bold statement. I cured my not big but depressive state of very, very low self-worth, and now my self-worth is just so much higher. I'm producing a lot better work. I'm helping other people as well. People are telling me I'm getting a better coach. Business is booming. Everything is going in the directions that are aligning with my vision. So that's why I really am happy to be here and grateful with my brotherhood, the house that we have, the table that we have, the spot that we start, the monsters, and a good cheerful monster for success. Yeah, just not chasing perfection, chasing accountability. Danko and Ali Abdal is the other person. So James Clear, Danko, Ali Abdal is a person who I really inspire to, because he managed to get from a medical student working medical full time, and he still managed to build a big career out of his YouTube as a one-man business. And Danko is talking about the one-man business as well, and he's giving out so much free advice, which if you take into action, it can help, it can change your life the same way it changed mine. But a lot of people, when they don't see a price on it, they see it as invaluable, so we have to charge for some things. But once you listen to the advice and you actually start implementing it, that's when you get the results. And from Ali Abdal, I got really good productivity key lessons and thoughts on how to build my own productivity system. Which builds me on to my next framework. I think I shared it with you that out of all of the information that I have built, I create my own framework, which works really good for me. The first step is clarity, second step is priority, the third step is focus. And once you have those 3 steps in place, you can get in the direction that you want. Right? Because you can't start anything without the idea of what you want. That's how we started the podcast. What's the idea here is to help other people. And I've also added a bit of fitness guys that I really like to listen to. Dr. Mike from Renaissance Periodization, and Callum, who is one of the head coaches here in the UK for professional bodybuilders. He is more for enhanced bodybuilders, but we still learn a lot from him about fitness, about self-development, about how to be a better coach, which is our idea, because we are developing our coaching business. And I did make a similarity note out of all of them, and then boiled down to self-development, business growth, and productivity strategies. Those are the 3 key things that are connected between these 5 authors. So that's who I am, my personality, that's what I'm focusing on every day. And this is something that also recharges me. It's giving me energy. And that's what's really important. Because a lot of people have gotten not obsessed, but very deep into work. And now this lifestyle that everyone is living is just basically get up 6 a.m, go to work, and don't be happy with the boss that he's assigning tasks to you. You're fucking kind of depressed, but also stressed. Everything is so fast-paced, and then you don't have time for yourself. You come home.
I wouldn't say it's about the boss you don't like. It's about the mechanics which are in place at work.
Yeah,
and just some people are built different, and they feel different when they're free in building something by themselves or working for somebody. So if you're a person who is struggling and thinks that he wants to get somewhere in life, but he's stuck, and I repeat, stuck in a corporatistic environment where no one grows, everyone after 5 p.m. Friday goes into the pub, and you don't feel a fit in that space environment. You are where you had to be.
So
like this is what we're gonna try to change by ourselves.
Yeah.
And earlier you were saying about self-worth. This is another thing. We are gonna build our self-worth inside the circle and help you to build your self-worth to go somewhere.
Amen, brothers. That's exactly the reason for this podcast. Is to help you be better. Yeah, even though in every work, we have all these employees and colleagues, what's important is that you shouldn't feel lonely. You're not alone, but you feel lonely. And that's a very, very bad position to be in. And that's what Johnny feels, and that's how I honestly feel as well, because I started working in a gym, and I'm going to be moving out from there soon. But that's how I feel. I feel very lonely. Luckily, one of the assistant managers has a big interest in psychology, so she is listening to me, to what I have to say, but I have to be also very cautious of what I say, because she is the assistant manager. So if I start complaining about work and the pay, obviously it's not going to work in my favor, but I've found methods where I can imply what I'm trying to say and she can completely understand it. And and that's how it works. So for me, it feels like I can say what I have to say, but I have to be cautious. Whilst with this community, we just want to be completely open and literally just say however we feel it. Obviously, we're gonna be again cautious with how we say it because we don't want to be fucking rude. But we are men. We are men. We don't decline women from this group, but we know that the majority of our audience will be men, and that's who we want to help as well. Men mainly because men have it hard, a lot harder nowadays, and we just want someone to join our community and feel welcomed,
Yes.
to feel less lonely. That's what the goal is.
It's
Also
about-
trying to say.
So Vadi said a key thing: expression. Express your thoughts. Express something out there, right, to someone, and just talk. And that's the idea. Just keep talking, keep communicating. Express your own opinions, your thoughts, your desires, your pains. Express them because if you store them, your storage is gonna get full, and you will overflow, and you just get into that
Doesn't
depressive
feel good.
state.
Doesn't
Just
feel good.
too much negativity in your life is not
Yeah.
nice. And if you don't have anywhere to share, then it's just building up. It's building up, and then it's gonna explode.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
You were
and-
talking about loneliness.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking a lot recently about it. We don't feel lonely because we are there, I don't know, into a position where we can't do things or change the things around us. We feel lonely mainly because we don't have the same mindset around us. We don't have the people who
Yes.
share the same values,
Yeah.
who have the same kind heart, who don't think only of themselves and themselves only.
Yeah.
That's the main reason we feel lonely in there. And this is another thing which we can add. We can. This is basically the whole purpose of the podcast, to help them, you, not feel lonely, because starting with 1, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and adding more people which think the same way into your environment will change you from being lonely to being surrounded by the people who share the same values and vision. This is why people feel lonely nowadays. They just don't have people who synchronize with them
Yes.
and match their
That's the right
feelings
word.
and ideas.
Yeah, synchronized. That's the proper word. Synchronize.
And also listen to people who have gone through the same thing that you have gone through, and
Oh,
realize that they have been there. They have a solution that might work for you as well. So it's just being aware that there is obviously something that you need to focus on for yourself to solve it. And as long as you have that awareness, you can then start becoming very obsessed with it and get it done. Because people who are great and the greatest in life, they were just obsessed with solving their problems. That's the key thing here. You have to get into this obsessive mind. What can I do every single day? And that's gonna charge you. That's gonna actually maybe even stop you from feeling lonely, because you feel like you're enough with yourself. You're fulfilled, right?
Yes.
As long as you can stay 24 hours without the phone, without no one next to you, and you still feel okay,
Yeah.
then you
That's
won't be dependent on other people or on substances or on external factors that are just feeding your dopamine.
Or validate you. You don't need
Yes.
validation. You need self-respect and
Yes,
self-worth.
exactly.
That's where we got now. We can be with ourselves. We even have a group in WhatsApp where we talk sometimes. I can send a message there. They can answer for me to that message tomorrow. And same goes from them. They can send something. I'm gonna answer to like the next day maybe, because
Yeah.
we don't need feel the need of constantly being around someone to feel good.
Yeah.
We're just feeling good, and we're busy. We're men.
Yeah.
We're busy. We have to always build something.
So you basically have your own attention.
Yeah.
You don't desire someone else's attention so you can feel good. You have to desire your own attention to feel good. So you are your friends. You are your significant other. You are your partner. If you feel dependent on someone or something, that's not good.
Yes. The only person which is gonna be with you from the very beginning to the very end is you. It's only you. you're gonna push yourself up. You're gonna be there for you when there's no one around. No one's gonna be cheering for you. Well, obviously, at one point in life, you will have friends which always are gonna support you. Like, I'm really lucky with this too. Sometimes they're gonna just kick my ass and say, Johnny, you're just being a bitch.
Come on, sometimes. Okay, I know who he's talking about.
You did good. Yeah, we got Marty here, who is more into just getting things done, and we got Bloody here, who is, I would say, you are balancing each other, and that's actually really good to have. Yeah. It's like having the devil and the angel on the shoulders.
Sometimes I'm the devil, sometimes I'm the angel.
Yes.
But it's a balance.
But yeah, it helps. So what I was trying to say is you're gonna be for yourself when there's gonna be no one, and that's it. You just need to accept it. As Brian Tracy says, eat the frog and just do it.
Yeah, even with your friends have to be willing to tell you the truth, and you have to be willing to listen to it sometimes. Do you want to share our story, a little story to why I called you a little bitch, basically?
Right. Yeah, or we can add it into the next podcast.
The next podcast. All right, we'll talk about friendship in the next podcast. Stay tuned to see why he called him a bitch. Nice. There you go. So watch the next podcast. It'll be uploaded soon. And thank you for watching. Hope you had a good time listening, watching, whatever you are. And have a great day ahead. Make it the best day in your life. Oh, very happy with this introduction. Very happy. That was a one take. One take. We did it in one take. Awesome. Well done, guys.
Awesome.
Have a lovely day.
That was actually really good.
One take, bro.